Damn, it's good to be back on the water. Good evening, and welcome to what is just south of Haddam Island State Park. I paddled up here from Haddam Meadows, and I thought, why not do some exploring? See if we can't find somewhere to pull ashore. Here seems as good as anywhere else. Safely stash the boat. Now let's see what we can find. So we're still at the southern end of the island, but this is what it looks like ashore. This is why I wanted to come out here when I did. Not this. I want to come out in early spring because once all this grows in, it'll be even more difficult to pass through. Now the island is only 14 acres large, and it became a state park in 1944. We do have some kind of trail here, and a couple markings on the trees. I'm definitely on the Cross Island Trail here, and there's lots of interesting marks on some of the trees for unknown reasons. Now we've got purple. We must be getting closer to the north end of the island, and we're actually gaining elevation, heading slightly uphill. I'm going to call this rather unassuming lump the summit, although I don't know its height. Got this long metal pipe. Very rusted out. That I wonder what its use was. Now let's make it to the north end. This is one of those not fun parts. They tend to crop up in places like this. Clearly deer make it out here as well. And this is the north end of the island with the American flag. There's also a swing right over there. They're having a fire, drinking, and talking about politics, so not the kind of crowd you want to roll up on and say howdy. So we'll head back south, find another viewpoint, and I'll tell you the history of Haddam Island. As we're heading back, I can at least get things started and tell you that this used to be called 30 Mile Island. And you'll see lots of accounts that it's because settlers thought that the island was 30 miles from the mouth of the Connecticut River. And I don't think that's true, and I found some things that back it up. And the real answer is that it's about 30 miles downriver from Hartford. Man, so there just aren't really any other good views, apparently. No matter, it's just after sunset now, so we're not missing much. It wasn't much of a sunset, I guess, thankfully. So, next part of the history is in May of 1662, the Connecticut colonial legislature sent two men, Matthew Allen and a Samuel Willis, to purchase what they would end up calling the 30-mile island plantation, which was 120 square acres, if I remember right. No, 120 square miles. That was on either side of the river here, and basically went as far north as Middletown and as far south as Chester. And they bought it from the Wangunk Indians, and the two concessions, or the two things that the Native Americans got out of the deal, was 30 coats, so not much there, and then they reserved the use of this island and then another 40 acres down near Chester for their own hunting and fishing purposes. The 30-mile island plantation continued to grow from there, and by the end of the 1700s, the settlers had bought most of the island from the Native Americans. In the 1800s, there were two successful fishing companies that operated on the island, one on the north end and one on the south, and they constructed piers, which I'm likely not going to have time to try and find what's left of them, but they brought huge pylons across the ice with oxen during the winter in order to build them. We got another rusty piece of something here. Oh, that is buried in there. And then in the 1900s, there were many public and private events that were held on the island, and it was so popular that they actually operated a concession stand here for a while. And that likely continued until the state bought the property in 1944. And today it is this slightly overgrown, completely undeveloped, one very rough trail that I just had the chance to tromp through. And kind of feel like this is that first rough visit that I had to sell the neck, in that I didn't really know what I was looking for, although you never know what you're gonna find. Apparently there was beaver activity here, but it's well past sunset now, and it's time to paddle back to Haddam Meadows, so I'll have to come back here, and I'll see you next time.